What's going on, everybody? This is 689, episode 689 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. We're going to jump to the Falcons today, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they need to do going forward. Because I said in another episode that, hey, these guys got four home games left out of 11. And this could be really, really nasty if it don't get better based on what we seen last week. I think the Falcons can do some things to make things better. Their defense is good. The offense just needs to tighten up a little bit. And they could be on their way to make some things happen. But it's gut check time. They have to play against the Buccaneers. And if they become victorious in this game, if they become victorious, they'll do something that no one has really talked about. They remained 500 or better for the entire season. If they don't win, they'll go below 500, and that could spell that could turn into a downward spiral. So we need to fix that, and hopefully the Falcons become victorious. But this is going to be a tough game, so we're going to talk about that. If this is your first time here, welcome. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble. I'm also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I want to thank you guys for the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. I really appreciate what you guys have been doing, supporting the show. I cannot thank you guys enough. Also, I can be found on X at VF Baller, and the website is firstandframerates.com. It was a couple of people who told me that I should put my Cash App into the ticker. I may do that starting Monday. I never really wanted to put that out there like that, but there's a few people have been asking, and it's just not really my thing. But I know it's just a lot of people asking, so I may just go ahead and put it out there for you guys because I know there's some people who actually been asking. So I really appreciate that for the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. It's gut check time. And you're going up against a divisional opponent for the first place in the division. You also are dealing with not going under below 500. And you want to get this W for various reasons. And two of them I just stated. Another one is, to get a road win that is actually a significant road win. That will be absolutely great if we can do that. So the Falcons got their work cut out for them up coming against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are a fairly decent team, especially on defense. Not too much worried about Baker Mayfield, but one thing about him is he can light it up if you let him. I think our defense is good enough to hold that offense down, but you just never know what you may see when it comes to a divisional game. Now, Desmond Ridder did beat the Buccaneers last year, but albeit it was at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're going down the I think they're still playing Raymond James Stadium. I want to say that. You're going down there, and it's going to be a different ball game. You got to understand that these guys are going to be ready to play. It is going to be rocking and rolling down there, and those guys know it's a divisional game, so they're going to be, ready to go. Also, last week they kind of saw the blueprint. The Commanders have tried it, and it worked. They're just going to be stacking 7, 8 in the box, 6, 7, 8 guys in the box, and dare us to run the ball. And we weren't able to really run the ball until late in the game, which is good to run the ball good, at a good pace at late in the game. But you don't want to be in a situation where you're already behind, by at least 2 scores. I mean, yeah, even though it was 8 points, you still can make the case that was 2 scores, depending on how you look at it. You don't want to be in that position late in the game like that. So I expect the Buccaneers to try to do the same thing. Put 8 in the box or 7 or 6 to 8 guys in the box and dare Desmond Ridder to beat him with his arm. Can he do it? I think he can. I think he did a pretty good job of that earlier this year. But you're going to have to find a way to not have Desmond Ridder in situations where he panics. The play caller has to get in. The play call has to be the right play call. It has to be a play call where Desmond Ridder can improvise if need be. I mean, he's not going to. We already see that he's not knowing the playbook completely the way that we thought he did. But he should be able to be in a situation where if he has to improvise, he should. And I think this is where the coaching staff kind of let him down. I kind of feel in some places they're they're not doing him a good, they're not doing him a good service by doing it the way they're doing things. And I think that Dave Ragone and Coach Arthur Smith really needs to tighten up there. Now defensively, I think the Falcons are just fine. The Falcons have done a phenomenal job defensively. And I love the way they've been able to make things happen, and I will love to see that to continue. But when you're looking at this offense, we got to score some points. I mean, if you look at the season overall, the most points another team has scored on us so far is 24 points. We should be winning these games. I mean, we should be winning these games pretty much single-handedly. And when you look back, I think with the last team that scored over 24 points, oh my goodness. Guys, the last time a team scored over 24 points, which was the Panthers in the tuck and roll Mariota game, which I don't even look at that as a 25 point game because they kicked the field goal late in the game. So, I mean, I guess you could count that, but there's another game way back in October 30th, almost a year ago, when the Panthers, we went to overtime against them and they scored 34 points. So even if you want to not count the Panthers game, I mean, not the first Panthers game, I mean, the last Panthers game, I'm sorry. The one before that, when it was the crazy game that went in overtime, that's when we gave up 34 points. So we gave up more than 24 points. So it's like this defense have done a phenomenal job. And like I said, it's gut check. And even for the defense too, because they can't lax, and this is a collective as a team. So the Falcons need to find a way, man. They need to find a way to win some road games. I mean, the next 4 games, 3 of them are away. Like I said, the next, out of the last 11 games, you got 4 of them are away. So you're gonna have to make some things happen. You got the Vikings, you got the Saints, you got the Buccaneers coming in, and you got the Colts. The rest, everything else is on the road. So it has to start on Sunday. They're going to have to do something big time to make sure that this team is ready to go for the long haul. I mean, it's going to be tough, and I just don't know how they're going to be able to make things happen, especially on offense. Defensively, I'm not really worried too much. I'm not worried too much about it defensively, but offensively, I'm a little worried because you seen what you saw, not just last week, but certain other parts of the season. I mean, outside of the Texans game, and maybe you could say the fourth quarter of the Packers game, the offense has been kind of, I mean, at least the passing game, it's been kind of, so this is going to be a test. This is going to be a serious situation for the Falcons, and see how they can go forward, because right now, I mean, I'm not going to be the one to say that, excuse me, I'm not going to be the one to try to say that I'm being all negative, but it doesn't look good right now. It doesn't, and they need to fix it. They need to fix it immediately, and hopefully they'll be able to get that done. And I can't wait to see what happens. I'm definitely going to be watching the game, but man, these guys got to tighten up. They really going to have to get it together, man, because I really want to see these guys be prosperous. I mean, they could win this division. I don't see the Saints the Panthers are pretty much done. I think the Panthers may try to go on a 3 or 4 games a run where they win some games. I'll be shocked if they go on any run higher than that. They may go on a 4-game run where they win some games. But I don't see the Saints. I don't know. I don't see the Saints doing much anything either. I think Derek Carr. I think they know what they got out of him, and I don't think they're probably going to be drafting a quarterback. They're probably going to be drafting a quarterback in this upcoming draft. I would not be surprised. And the Buccaneers, they may do the same thing, but it just depends on how far the Buccaneers go. So the division is pretty much open. I mean, it is open. It really is. So we'll see how that goes. So if you like this commentary, the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think. It's gut check time. It begins this Sunday against the Buccaneers. And this is where things have to get started. I mean, you can't have another setback. You can't have something where, you're going to be looking at another loss and you're below 500 and you got, all these games on the road. You got to start winning on the road. You got to. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. The website is firstandframerate.com, and things that don't make the show, I usually talk about that on X or Twitter at VFBaller. I will see you guys on Friday. Yeah, it's gonna be Friday, man. Friday evening, man. This week went by pretty quick, but I'm not gonna complain. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy, and y'all be blessed. Peace.